Agitator Part 2. Now, all of us have jobs. We get up in the morning, we get in our cars, we drive to our place of business, wherever or whatever it may be. Now think of what it says on the side of a cop car. Law enforcement. So the police officers, they go to work, they go down to the stations, and they go out and they get in their cars. And what do? They go cruising around churches and little league games. Law enforcement. They go to the places where laws are being broken. Now, all over every city, there's these little geological points where a lot of crime's going on. I personally live on the edge of what they call a high crime area, and luckily there's only been 2 murders in the last couple of years, within a couple of 100 yards of my house, but there's really not too much going on there. But so that's what these police officers do. They get in their cars and they go to where crimes are being committed. I mean, you can't say, well, what are they doing in my neighborhood? Well, there's a lot of crimes, there's a lot of laws being broken. Law enforcement. They go to where laws are being broken. And now all of this thing about police brutality and, these poor policemen and these poor citizens, these parents of the people involved and all this and that. And look at the agitator going on in this thing. What's the real issue here? The real issue isn't the police brutality and unfair fitness to these people. Look at the issue is laws being broken, laws being enforced. Now the law enforcement, they don't have too much on their side, but the agitator on the other side, they're just all kinds of crap going on. And I even saw the other day where they tried, on the police side, they tried to have a little walk down the street saying, we enforce law and we believe in it. And somebody, a white woman, come up out of the street and spit on one of them, The law enforcement side of this isn't getting much help from the community. But the law-breaking side of it is just getting all kinds of attention because of all the agitation going on. So we got to start helping the law enforcement side of it. Then look at the issues. It's not about race. It's not about this. It's about breaking the law and enforcing the law. Work on those 2 things. Forget races. Forget brutality. Forget everything. Just work out how do we stop breaking laws in this area. How do we enforce the laws where it's being broken? That's the issues. It has nothing to do with race. It's all about laws being broken and officers trying to deal with it. Take care of it. Help out law enforcement. Help out the victims of the crimes. Because, I can remember when I got in trouble, it must have broke my mom's heart. Your son's in juvenile hall. What a horrible thing to her. And when my cousin was killed, what a devastation on our side. There you got your law enforcement, and then you got the lawbreakers who's each family, they're just devastated. And the law enforcement's having to deal with this. I remember when we went to the funeral for my cousin, and all those officers were in a line, and I went over and I looked them all in the face walking down the line and telling them how I knew that law enforcement was a gift of God. They're there to protect us and keep us. And I don't know how they kept their stone cold faces. But, we have to support our police force. They're the only ones that stand between us and complete chaos.